Yeah, hey guys, this is MCC 24 predictions. These are probably the most wrong they'll ever be because these teams are really balanced. But, hey, this time I just went through and made random guesses. So I guess I just started based off stats and then I just went for it. So I went and did every game. This is the predicted average multiplier for game order, and these are the amount of coins each team gets based off of that multiplier. I know this is impossible, but you'll see at the end. I add them all up basically, and that's what my average prediction will be. So here's Build Mart, here's Grid Runners, here's Battle Box. I guess I'll just scroll down as well so you can see all the individual placements. These are all ordered correctly, so they're all in the right placement. And these are shown in order of increasing amount, average multiplier. So some of these are more stat based than others. Battle Box has very little to do with stats. It's mostly about where the team placed and how I know Battle Box runs basically point wise. But then something like Hole in the Wall is very much based on individual statistics. I know JoJo Solos is good at Hole in the Wall, so I made JoJo Solos good at Hole in the Wall sort of thing. But in something like Battle Box, Shovel isn't a top 10 Battle Box player in the event. Shovel isn't better than Illumina, but Shovel is on this because her team is better than Illumina's at Battle Box. I don't remember if I already went down this one or not here. Yeah, I guess I'll just go down each of these and then I'll maybe come back and talk about it. The other thing is green is overrepresented in this because for team games Build Mart here, I took I don't really know a great way to make them work for the same system I used for something like Battle Box. So I just went through, and I don't know if I did this one. I just went through and got the coin distribution for each team from the past event that was somewhat normal, and then I made a couple of changes to it just in case it's iffy, and then I just did put the teams in an order and put the teams from that event in an order and did it. So this is MCC 23's Meltdown, but with these teams instead of those. And for team games or Meltdown also, that really helps out green. So they're overrepresented in this significantly. I do not think they will end up in the placement that you will see that they ended up getting. Is this the last one? Yeah, oh duh. Sands of Time always has the highest multiplier, or at least on average it does. Yeah. And I guess this is the by hand simulation. So this is the one I just went through and made things up for, and this is the game order I went for, and then these don't matter at all. I forgot to set this up properly, but yeah, the I guess I'll just this is a quick fix here. Just ignore this. times 2, that's the average. 2 is the average multiplier, in case anybody here doesn't know that. There. So without multiplier, but like just multiplied by 2, these are the team scores for that team. It's kind of hard to see because I'm just going to make this one shorter. There. Now you can see it. This is really scuffed. So those are all of the team scores. It puts cyan in last and orange in first. And then orange goes up against green in this hypothetical dodgeball. This is the total coins, just like individual score, and then this is the placement. I will sort those by placement. So this says Fruit Berries first, Illumina second, Dream third, all the way down to like Ph1LzA in 10th. And then this is the placements. I think Hannah here is significantly lower than it'll actually end up being. That's just because she, has the first time issues. Like every first time player has specific issues. It's just like that, plus the specific games that she's good at. It just ended up getting her 1391 as an individual score. But that won't happen. This is just purely like guesses. This isn't the actual prediction. And then the other newcomer, Ant Venom, is up here in 27th place. So I'm going to fix that, and then I'm going to show you the secondary prediction method I made up, which is that thing I talked about with the average multipliers, adding all of the average multiplied coins together. And in that, this is the result. I didn't do individual coins there because they would have been the same, basically. Like, they would have been slightly different depending on, like, percentage of the time a game is played or not, but it doesn't really matter that much. So here's the results. Green and orange and Dodge Bolt, cyan still in last by a significant margin. I tend to agree with this. Not like there's some things which are obviously wrong, like green first. They're probably going to come like 4th or 5th or something. I did make personal predictions, not based on any statistics whatsoever, just like my guesses, and that's what I'm going to show you next. Yeah, so I guess just like here's the statistical best possible prediction I could make up. And then finally, my actual prediction. First, I want to show you how I did last time, just because I can. It's kind of hard to read that, but Jesus Christ, yellow. Yeah, so I was very wrong about yellow. I was 6 places off, and I was 5 places off for orange, and 6 off for red, and 4 off for cyan. But for the other 6, I was relatively on target. Pink was last. I predicted them second last. Green did better than expected. Aqua did better than expected. Blue did better than expected, and then lime and purple did worse. But the lime one, I think I can say that's like, I have an excuse for lime and red because of those crazy subs. There's no way that Ant Frost did as well on that team as Illumina would have, for example, or the other one with Zeus and Crank Gameplays. In top 10, Illumina obviously wasn't first, and then otherwise JoJo Solos was really off. I think I'd also say George was very off. The closest one I got was Sapnap in second. I thought he'd be second. He ended up third, even though his team did, 6 placements below where I thought they would. Insanity. And then SB, I got it pretty close, but, I should really believe in... I don't know if... I guess it's a blessing for him. I was going to say curses. I should really be more superstitious, because in MCC, superstition always, always, always wins. Anyway, here's my 24 predictions. Yeah, so purple in first, because you never, ever, ever, I'm blanking on the word. I'm coming up with under expect for Illumina. You never put him below first, because you just don't. Especially on a team like his with Krinios and Reggae Rocky and Michael McChill. That's a first place team. They might end up in like third or fourth if they're unlucky, but I'm thinking it'll end up like a Cyan 19 sort of deal. Teal turkeys. Yellow is in second. That's just because I think Skeppy will do significantly better than if he was on a 9th place team. It would be pretty funny if they got 9th, though. H-Bomb's Orange Ocelots in third. H-Bomb Tommy duo, I don't think that, I think they're strong. It's just, I think they're like a sort of MCC, what is it? Was it 11 or 12 Orange with Fundy, Burin, H-Bomb, and Nikki? I feel like that's similar. Maybe not, score-wise, because, obviously Jack is way better than Nikki, but, I don't know how to say it, feeling, they just feel similar. Aqua in fourth, I had them in first, but then the games came out, and no SG means that Smallish Beans won't be in the top 10. So I just have them in fourth. They're still a good team. It's just not 8,000 coin SG sort of team. Green Geckos fifth. They're not going to get 9th, because 5-Up is really good at not getting 9th. But they're also not going to get first, like those statistical predictions did. Just because that's the bias in these predictions. Pink 6th. This is where I've had them pegged the entire time, just because I know Captain Sparkle's teams, and this is one of those ones which will end up towards the middle. It could end up in 9th. It's more likely to end up in 9th than 3rd. I will say that. But I think they'll end up in 6th, just because they're so well-rounded, and Ant Venom isn't going to get 37th. Lime Llama's in 7th. This is a shocker, because, everybody puts them in first. Literally everybody. But they're not going to get first, because Kratzy and Sands of Time is a nightmare. And, Sands of Time is in it, and Sands of Time will be late, because it's literally always last or second to last, and the multiplier kills it every single time. So Kratzy will get 7th, not first. And, in these predictions, this one here, without Sands of Time here, so, I might be exaggerating a little bit when I give them, what is that, 420 coins? 420? So, when I might be exaggerating a little bit there, but this literally, they were in first place before this, and they ended up dropping to, 6th in this prediction based on that. And it's just, that's how important that last game is. Red Rabbits in 8th. I believe that this team is really similar to MCC Rambu's team in MCC 16, which I think was also red. I can't remember who was on it. It was Rambu, Wilbur, and then I don't even know. Was it Tommy Philza? Maybe? I can't remember. Either way, that team ended up in 9th, and I think Purple will end up having a not top 10 performance this time, obviously, as seen here. Like, he could get 10th, but it would shock me if he got, like, 3rd or something like that. Just because, like, it just feels like one of those teams that's going to underperform. The Blue Bats with Sabnap in 9th, it's just like, I might be underrating this because I took a little bit too statistical of an approach, and, you know, Sylvie's statistics aren't very good compared to where she actually is. But I think they're going to... I think... The thing is, like, they're not going to beat Red or Lime. I think that's a thing that most people can agree on. And then, you know, they'd have to beat Red and Lime to get, like, 7th. So, they ended up in 9th. It's just because somebody has to end up down there. So, I guess it's just because, like, G. Nelly and, who's the other person on that team? Foolish. Okay, so G. Nelly is going to get like 38th, just with this roster, and then Foolish, I do not believe in him like a lot of people do. Like, yes, he got 2,400 coins in Pride 21, but he just can't get more than like 2K in a canon event because it's harder. It's just, there's no way to do, like, it's harder for him in a canon event, as is known. Like, Pride 21 had Saikuno and Valkyrie, and this one just doesn't. So he's going to get like sub 2K. Maybe he'll end up around 2,000 if he's lucky, and then if he does that, then they could end up in like 7th. But for right now, they're in 9th. Cyan in 10th, because literally everybody says Cyan is in 10th. But I think JoJo is still going to do really solid. Like, I had her down at like 2,000 coins, like she's been doing recently, but that just didn't feel right. So, individual, Illumina in 1st, because you always say Illumina 1st, because he literally can't not get 1st. And then Dream in 2nd, because he's got a solid team. Fruitberry's 3rd. I had him higher before, but once the games came out, I realized he's not going to get 1st. Sapnap 4th, just because these 3 are so strong, and he's on a weak team. Maybe. And then 5UP in 5th. This one feels kind of like crazy to me, just because, you know, he's on a 5th place team. So, he's not like an S tier on a 5th place team. He's 5UP. So, I think he'll do well. I have no clue. I believe in him. H-Bomb in 6th on a 3rd place team. It's because he's on one of those teams which is like even, basically. Like, H-Bomb is about as good as Tommy, who is slightly better than Tubbo, but like it's roughly even. And then, you know, Jack is a 4th. But I think he's going to really bring back his H-Bomb is going to really bring it back for his season 2 performances, like second only to his MCC 20 performance sort of thing. JoJo in 7th on a 10th place team, which is a bold prediction, but she's kind of done it before. Was it, like Aqua 21 was her first team, and she got like 8th, and it was like a 7th place team, 8th on an 8th place team, something like that. So she's got a history of doing well on teams that do not well. So, I believe. CPK, 8th. This feels a bit low to me, but also, like, maybe switch CPK and JoJo. Maybe. It's just like that team game, Sands of Time, I do not believe they will do well. And, that'll drag down CPK's score a little bit. And he won't get first in Ace Race again. That's, like, guaranteed. Just because the map was new last time and he studied. Miraculously. Next up is Tapple. He's, 9th. I don't want to call this like a Tapple pulling it back, like doing like a redemption arc sort of thing for him, but like it kind of is. It's like a redemption arc light. I don't know. He'll get like 2,600 coins, maybe, or no, he'll probably end up around 2,400. What do I have him at in here? 2,600. That seems insane. Oh yeah, but green is over, like, done here. So like 2,400. That sounds about right. And then Ph1LzA in 10th, because Pink Parrots will not all be bottom 10. Because they just won't. Like, Ant Venom isn't bad enough to drag that team down, and Ph1LzA, Captain Sparkles, and In the Little Wood are, like, an okay duo. Or, there's 3 of them. The 3 of them will do fine. So, I think Ph1LzA will end up in 10th, because Ph1LzA, historically does well on Captain Sparkle's teams. He's teamed with him 3 times, I think? I want to say 3 times. And they were in 2, 11, and 20. And in 20, he, got his best performance in, like, 8, or maybe not 8, it was like 6 or 7 MCCs. I think. It might have been over Cyan 19, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was. And then, in 2, or was it 2? Yeah, it was 2. In MCC 2, obviously, he got, like, his best score ever. And then in MCC 11, we don't talk about that one. So, Ph1LzA, teamed with Captain Sparkles, has historically done well. As long as Ant Venom isn't, like, 37th place, they'll get like a decent placement as a team. I'm not saying they'll win, but they won't get, like, last. So, I guess that's it for my predictions. I guess I'll see you for MCC 25.